Well, what's up, y'all? So let me get started because we're not gonna do a super long one today. I think I have Copper One coming in and some other people. We shall see. So I'm gonna get started with the bank situation. I had learned about two. I've heard now four banks that have now closed or shut down quickly, and there's quite a lot of them, and they're not, really talking a lot about it. But let me see what I can find on that right now. Let's see. Let's get that going. Collapsed banks 2023. How many banks have failed in 2023? Let's get on that. Let's see. Let's check it out. Among these banks were Silvergate Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, and Signature Bank. I think that was just last Friday. Then I heard two more banks popped off this week. Now, I was watching Cobra Red on Facebook. Shout out Cobra Red. And she was saying that, um, hold on, let me see. I don't want to misquote her. FDI, they had just been on the Forbes top list like the week before that or the month before that. So how you on the Forbes top business lists and then you collapsing? How is that? Look at this. It says the FDIC covers up to $250,000 worth of deposits at FDIC insured banks. The $250,000 limit is per depositor. So that means if you got $1 million in the bank or $500,000 in the bank, you SOL, baby. Yeah, SOL. What is largest bank failure in U.S. history? Let's see. Oh, yeah, Washington Mutual. The receivership of Washington Mutual Bank in 2008 was the largest bank failure in U.S. history. Regulators simultaneously brokered the sale of most of the bank's assets to J.P. Morgan Chase, which planned to write down the value of Washington Mutual's loans, at least $31 billion. I remember Washington Mutual. I remember they was charging me like $32 every time I bounced a check. I remember that shit. I don't know if that's what made them fail. I don't know. But I remember Washington Mutual. That's crazy. Anyway, let me see what's up with this next video. Let's see. I don't know where he's going. Okay, let me hold on, guys. How's everybody tonight? Yay, thank you for hitting up on the Tomiko show. We about to have a little fun. Hopefully Copper One pops in. I'm just playing some videos. We're not doing a long one tonight. We're gonna just do for an hour unless back a little later. But we might do another one later. I really wanted to talk about Black China getting them implants taken out her face and some other things in that regard. So I might, let me show what I was popping. Bizarre predictions from ancient Buddhists. Now, I don't know if anybody's belief systems have ever had you study Buddhism or anything like that. But let's check this out. I'm not going to play the whole thing.
1,000 years of written history to look back on, much of which has been passed down through the ages via myth, legend, and ancient religious text. These fables, parables, stories, and lessons are seemingly designed to help us make sense of what's around us. But sometimes they get bizarrely close to the truth before the truth has even happened. This is Unveiled, and today we're exploring 4 bizarre predictions from ancient Buddhist texts. Perhaps of all the major world religions, Buddhism is the one most associated with peeling back the reality of reality. Broadly, there's a focus on achieving a higher level of understanding, a transcendence through nirvana. And although the ancient text capable destruction of the cosmos waiting
I'm bored already. Yawn.
Natural order of
come on.
Purportedly made about 1,200 years ago, the Shambhala prophecy details the rise of a large group of individuals who it's said will one day bring about great change and healing through their compassion and wisdom regarding the interconnectivity of all things. But first, it predicts what goes wrong for us to require them. It foretells of a time when all life on Earth faces great peril in the form of forces armed with innovative and never-before-seen technologies that wield unfathomable destructive power. And while there is some ambiguity here, the modern translation into things like nuclear bombs and chemical weapons is an easy one to make, and the backdrop of violence and greed is clear. Again, though, there are reasons to remain positive.
Now, if I understand what they're saying correctly, they're basically saying that there's going to be a magical time of amazing peace, and there's going to be people who are, in these big positions that are going to promote beautiful peace and wonderful harmony. But before we get there, we have to go through turmoil and destruction based on the leaders, quote unquote. I wouldn't even call them leaders. They're not leaders. What are they? They are heads of state, basically. They're, but they're not really leaders in that sense. But let's keep going. Let's see what they're going to say.
For one, these threats are all at least conceivable by us, meaning there are no unbeatable, physically impossible, or godlike figures in play. Here, the dire circumstances are our own doing, but breaking out of them can be our own doing too, through the rise of the kingdom of Shambhala. This isn't a literal kingdom in the sense of spreading society, but rather it speaks to a new and much needed mindset, a spiritual shift. In this way, the kingdom of Shambhala, all of those with the spirit, will collectively strive to dismantle the dangers threatening life on Earth, working like a guiding light when all seems dark. What's particularly exciting, though, is that according to some understandings of it, entry into the Shambhala might be possible for anyone. The prophecy focuses on how an individual's decisions, lifestyle choices, and relationships all play a crucial role in their ability to rise up and have the passion to act, to oppose the unfathomable destructive power, in whatever form it takes, for the betterment of the world. Unfortunately, though, and in an even wider sense, some readings of Buddhism suggest that things may yet have to get worse before they get better. Much worse. Our third prediction, this time said to have been delivered by the Buddha himself in the Sermon of the Seven Sons, describes an ultimate fate for us, and it's not good. Though the Seven Sons premonition does still exist within cyclical Buddhist time, meaning that it needn't be the total end of all things, it certainly paints an unappealing vision of the future for anyone that should live through it. It centers around an apocalypse of sorts, characterized by the appearance of seven suns in the sky.
Hold up. So, first of all, has anybody ever heard any of this stuff? Yeah, What up? Hey, where's the link? Hold up. Let me send that link down there. I forget. So this information was sent to me. Shout out to Copper One. Copper One, he brought content. I'm not mad at it. I looked at some of the video. I didn't look at all of the video. I'm not feeling like playing all that. But what I basically hear is, as we all should know, we have the power. If we all extend ourselves and stop tolerating this nonsense, that's going down, we can have a better world. But a lot of us are afraid. We're afraid to, really, really stand up for righteousness right now. Quite a lot of us have seen, or I know about the bad things, that are going on in the world. And a lot of us aren't doing shit about it. You know what I'm saying? We always just think about our own survival. And maybe who knows? Is that what we're supposed to be doing? Are we supposed to be trying to save the world? And everybody has their own view of what that means and how to do that. Let me see what else Copper One sent me. He sent me a bunch of stuff. Shout out Copper One. Hold up. Let me see. Click. I'm trying to find it. Sent me a few videos to check out. Here we go. Prophecy. Let's see what this was about. Okay. Not fully pre-screened. We kind of freestyling. What up, Cobra Red? What up?
It's sounding crazy. Why it sound like you underwater? Do you hear me?
Yeah, it does sound like that on your end. Does it sound like that's how I sound to you?
Let me see. hang up. Let me leave and then I'm gonna come back.
I can't hang up. I'm in a live. How does my sound, folks? Tell me what's the link like? What's the sound sounding like? Are we sounding okay? Please click like, even if you're in here for 30 seconds. Just click like, please, guys, because it does help with the algorithms. People are able to find it a lot easier when you click like. All right, so I know Cobra can talk about what's going on with the with what's going on in the world. Let's see what this is. Oh my God, Atlantis kind of stuff. He be showing some stuff, man. Orion's man. Okay, so these ancient footages and let's see what this is. Okay, so they found planetary markings on the walls. Orion's man shows the way. Alien Messiah. Okay, so how do I have to explain some of this? I'm not really. Okay, so to me, okay, so I've even talked about like, let's look at this. 12,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. They're all kind of saying the same planetary thing. And that I guess it's supposed to happen at this certain time. And I guess they figured that out based on how they predicted how the stars. Okay, I'm done with that. Next, let's see what this is. I don't know. I can't. Okay, this stuff will bore me to tears. I cannot. Listen, even if we are from other planets or whatever, I have not seen any proof thus far of, them coming to get us or saving us or whatever. So as far as I know, we're here and we got to make this shit happen. So, oh, okay, I see Rays is here. What up, Rays? Remember, this is open panel. Everybody is welcome. Bring your points of view. Take a few minutes. Cobra Red is here. What up, Cobra Red?
What
Good.
up,
Step
I'm having
CR?
the same issue. You're gonna have to send me the link to my actual phone because I have to get off of YouTube entirely. I think that's why you're sounding like that.
All right. Oh, maybe. Okay.
Shut up,
Okay.
Mario.
I
Hold
ain't doing
up.
that.
Hey, I heard. Hey, what made me
Okay.
also think about the banks was building earlier about the banking systems, and I thought that was really impressive.
I don't think people understand how
Oh, okay.
serious this actually is. So,
They're just
because
trying
of
to
that,
force that chip shit
no matter what they're trying to
on. We
force
don't.
on you, the banks that are collapsing are mostly they're not used by the general public. They're used by businesses. So you're talking
That's what
about
I know.
payrolls not being met, insurance payments not going in, retirements, a lot of stuff that have to do with big corporations, and
Mm.
we're really distracted with the wrong stuff.
Very good point. But the fact that it is banking systems that deal with business lets me feel that we are going to be pushed into positions where to do commerce, we're going to have to get the thing, that Amazon One thing, that Palm chip thing that they were talking about.
Well, the thing about it is we can't this economy can't keep going in the direction it's going. It's been failing for years, and it's just going to come to a close no matter how we feel about it. And once they remove the power of your cash from you, and it's just what I mean, your cash in your pocket is some real power. It's real spending power. But once you take away the value of that, you know,
Right. Like
they
they
don't,
did with,
we're going away from it.
didn't they do that with people? They like went door to door and was having people give their gold away and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Back
World War
when it was-
II sure did.
yeah.
Yeah. Because remember, every time that this country was doing really bad financially, we always ended up in a war we had no business being
Okay,
in.
I'm back.
So it's just the same thing. The difference for us in our generation is it's not us that's going to be fighting; it's going to be our children.
Yeah, we were talking.
They're letting everybody come in here because it's going to be conscripts. Going to free up a lot of stuff. You remove the cash, and then you're forced into an industry. Let's just say that they don't use heavy weapons. You know, I don't want to say the name, but you get my idea what I'm talking about. Let's just say they don't do that. And it's just an all out, straight up squabble, like World War II was until the end of it. Those are our children. Our grandchildren are going to be fighting this.
Yeah. Happens every generation.
So the banks they got to fail because we keep printing money and it's just everybody's walking away from us. You didn't hear that China sold back their bonds, like China's been the only country really been buying our bonds. So they stopped buying our bonds and they were like put them on the open market. So anybody can be like owning the bonds in the United States. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. Hey Cobra, I was wondering what bank was that you were talking about that was on the Forbes list, and then the next month was collapsed.
The Silicon Valley Bank.
Oh, okay.
That one's gone. It's gone. Yeah, it's gone.
Does my sound still sound crazy, Mario? Because it sounds kind of robotic.
We can hear you and understand you. That's all that matters.
Okay, but okay, y'all sound like robots, like y'all alienation robots or something.
Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, that's terrible. I don't know why it sound like that, but
yeah. But what's happening is now the change is that you know, like a lot of people who really invested in Bitcoin and who's on the Bitcoin, and I have some Bitcoin as well, but it was so volatile. I was like, I'm not finna put a whole lot into this. Like, I'll play with a little bit. But what happened was, since these banking institutions been having issues, now the cryptocurrency went up. Like my Bitcoin back at 24,000. I was like, oh wow. So it's at a point to where people are not, you know, trusting the banks. And they're putting their money elsewhere, and that's one reason why that Silicon Valley Bank went down, because according to what happened in 2008 with the whole housing market, you know, when we had that whole big crash, they made it to where like you didn't have to report a lot of your losses or something, right? So they didn't report that they was $15 billion in the hole, like. Who didn't, what the hell just happened? And people was pulling their money out of the bank to put it toward like bonds and stocks and other, you know, index funds and other investments that was going to make them more of a return. Can y'all still hear me?
You sound good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's just, you know, I'm always looking into that type of stuff because you always want to see what's going to, I just crack up and laugh like, damn, it's going down like Alaska Airlines, but I'm not scared because I'm like, it's just one of those things where you just got to kind of move money around and just keep doing what you got to do. And it is still a good time to invest because things are on sale. Even though the interest rates on houses, it went up the other day, it was 7%, and now it went down to 6.5%. So, but it was at one time when interest rates was like 14%.
I remember
like
that.
in the 80s. Was it in the 80s or something? It might have been in the 90s.
It was.
But at one point it was 14%. So 6% still not nothing. And then too, if you still buy now. Let's say that it is going to go back to 3 or 2.5 or 3%. Then you have a chance to refinance and then get that rate. So at the end of the day, like what they say with real estate, they say don't wait to buy, you buy and wait. It's a long-term game. And Mario already know about that. It's a long-term game, baby.
Yeah, you can't get into the situation in your feelings because we don't want to sit here and be like, look in the mirror and be like, what does 60 years old look like for me? What does 70 years old look like for me? And if I have children and I'm 70, and let's just say my children, they're in their 30s, what does what I'm doing look like for them in the generations to come?
Yeah, because millionaires and billionaires, they still investing. Right. They still grabbing up houses.
That's the one thing that's not being created again is property. The only place that land is being made again is like at a volcanic island. Other than that, Land's not being made. If you want to be in the area where all the water is being pumped in, where it's been civilized, then it comes at a premium cost. And if you're able to buy one, two, three, four, five, six of these places, then 70, 60, 70, 80 years old looks completely different for you and your family.
Yeah, that's why it's important to
Yep.
make sure that you buy things that you really can make appreciate, I guess they say.
Well, we have to get unaddicted to being in poverty, a impoverished mindset. I think that we're always looking to make excuses. And the banks, my grandmother told me years ago and told all of us as children that what she went through during the Great Depression was going to be nothing compared to what we're going to have to deal with because it's been out of control since then. The only thing that saved the country was going to war in World War II.
Or
Goodyear, everybody had a job for everybody. Women were in it because men were fighting. So the women were in these heavy factories making tanks, bullets, and everything else. Everybody was employed and everybody had a roof over there. When the war ended, so did all the industry and the jobs. They just took all the jobs. See, Goodyear used to be down the street from uh, one of my places on McKinley, where I grew up at on Central. Goodyear was on Central from Slauson all the way to Florence. There were railroad tracks, and they made tires, tank tracks. Then down the street, you had Ford Motor Company. They were making tanks.
yeah, I remember that. But you know what
Man,
comes with
yeah.
that? But you know what comes with that? Like, where they got those resources from. They had to go in and go and imperialize Africa to get that rubber. Chop them legs and chop them hands off, kidnap people, steal people, have people at rifle
Hey,
getting them
when are
rubber.
we not going to take them serious?
So
If we know all of this. When are we not going to take them serious?
so what I'm saying is that when we consider, the back end of all those factory jobs, and where they got those materials from, it's going to be similar to now, which is they are more at rifle point, having them people in Rwanda, in the Congo, digging up that coltan out of the water, out of the mountains. Now they found some other material in the water. I don't know how they be figuring out these little base ass little rocks be making the iPhones and the computers work.
Because
But that's
ET trying to go home.
what they've been doing. So it's going to be a matter of them. If you say war, so it'll probably be them forcing some new area to get some new material and resource for them to make more money until it cracks, until people
I
get
just
tired of it.
The
I
banks
just
are the
think at the end of
signal.
the day, when it's always opportunity when people are panicking and everybody's afraid, that's when you gotta do the opposite of what niggas do. That's when you have to really be like start really learning about investments, man, because I'm so mad I wasn't in the right position in 2008 to buy more property. I did buy a house and I went through my first house. I did go through an experience where I lost it and all that. But what I know now, I wish I would have knew back then because I would be a freaking millionaire right now.
Yeah.
If I
And
would have
this is
made those, when everybody was panicking, when I saw those long lines of people who had lost their money in investments at the bank, I can't even remember Washington Mutual went down.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
it turned into Chase.
Uh,
Yeah, it turned into Chase.
2008. I'm
right.
glad
So
because I
all this
know.
stuff is happening, right? All this stuff is happening. I have the one realtor Leslie who put me up, who actually helped me buy the house I'm in. She told me, she said her son had panicked because he had property. He was like, Mom, I'm going to sell my property. She was like, son, I'm telling you right now, don't do it. I'm telling you, because she a realtor.
Mhm.
It's going to turn around. The market may be down. You ain't going to be able to even get nothing for your house. Just calm down.
Hang
Just,
in there.
just,
Keep
just make
your
your
property.
payments on
Yeah.
time and just keep it. And then, like, what, 3 or 4 later, he was like, Mom, thank you. And his property value went up. He had like $300,000 in equity within 3 to 4 years. He was like, oh, my God, Mom, thanks. Like, yeah, that's what you do.
We
You don't
don't
panic
value our
out. If
position.
anything,
We're always looking for more. We're always looking for more. I gotta have more, more, more. Without a plan though. That's why I don't respect the idea of reparations. because all we're going to do is turn around and give the money right back to them because we don't have a plan.
Well, I still
We
think we should have it, and it should be our choice to decide if we want to do
First
that.
of all, there's no dollar amount. Knowing what I believe about who we are, there's actually no dollar amount that can compensate
Of
us
course, but
for not getting our land back.
let them give us some money. Let them give us some money. Ain't no harm in it, though. Ain't no harm in them giving us no money.
Yeah, we thought there was no harm in voting.
I mean, that depends on your view. But look,
Okay.
check this out.
Investigating, as well as exposing the truth behind all of these food processing plants that have been catching on
It don't
fire
matter
and
how
burning to the
much
ground.
money you have,
The
you can
Dutch
always
farmers
lose
in the
it all.
Netherlands protest.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I mean, that's a good one, of course. But hey, but it'd be our choice to do it instead of not having no money. You know what I'm saying? I don't think not having no money is better.
I want my land. I want us to have the
Whatever it
land.
is they trying to give, I'm saying let's take that. I'm not saying gonna hold out for some shit that ain't gonna happen. People ain't gonna get together and do shit. Can't even get people to get together to help wash dishes or clean up after a party, let alone stand up
You know what?
against.
Can I say something real quick? I don't mean to cut you off. I just thought about something.
Please
Cause
do.
it's been a lot of people that's been passing and dying in my life. Like I've been going to funerals like once a month. It's crazy. But anyway, I
Right.
say this to say I watched a black family how we can get money together. Let's just say 5,000, whatever the amount. We'll put all this hard work into burying somebody, but then we don't come together and put money together to freaking build a fund for a trust or for even if you was talking to get one property. If everybody put in, if it's 10 people and everybody put in 500, you do the math on that. That's a down payment and the closing cost on just one property just starting.
That's a
And
loan.
then you flip it.
That's right. Hey, you know what? When I started Active Music Works back in 1998, I went around to all my friends and family and I said, would you like to at least invest $50 and I'll guarantee you double your money? I still can't get anybody to invest in me. Okay. So you're right. I've even said, hey, there's a cousin of mine that is really good at something. Hey, let's go get behind that cousin and invest. It's hard
But we be so quick to do a GoFundMe. I mean, we just recently did a GoFundMe for my uncle because he died with nothing. But I'm just saying that to say, like, damn, all these GoFundMes and all this stuff for this, and we couldn't put together a GoFundMe to freaking invest in. Like, people don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Right. But it has to be a sad story or somebody died to be able to.
It's true. That's sad. I don't know.
I just wanted to bring that up. I know that was off subject, but not really.
That was exactly on subject. That's an excellent point. The fact that, but that's just like when I go in people's houses and they don't have books. You know what I mean? I'd be like, you ain't got not one book. But you got kids though. I'd be like, but,
right.
You know, it's all kinds of that too. You know, priorities. Like, where's people's priorities? Just like family reunions. At this point, I only see my family at funerals. Why don't we have those family reunions?
Right.
At a barbecue for something positive. We were supposed to do something as a family this year. I hope we do. You know, I'm tired of just getting together for funerals. And then we try to party at the funeral because that's the only time we see each other. You know, that's terrible. And not party like woo, but you know what I mean. Like,
and then and then they had this thing. I can't remember the technical term, Mario. Maybe you know, but it's kind of like a pyramid scheme where some person they donate money and then that person gets double the money and it just kind of go in a circle.
Yeah.
What is that called? It's a fund. What is that called? A C-U? What?
Ponzi.
No. There's yes, that is a Ponzi. But there's another. There were some black people trying to do that. Like I had been invited to.
No, I was in one. Let me tell you what happened. I had a client that was in one, and I joined it, and I was like, damn, because I see how much she made and other people made, and you know, once people start bringing religion into it and praising God, I'd be like, I should have knew right then and there it was a fucking. It was gonna go to straight fucking hell. I should have known it was gonna go to straight hell.
What happened? Oh my God,
man. I lost $1,500 in that, and then that's when I came to terms once again with we all make mistakes. We all be trying to make a quick buck. So I lost $1,500. I had to think over it. I'm like, and this is exactly why I'm in control over all my investments.
But how?
I'm able to go to Tesla. If I want to pull my Tesla out and invest in something like that, that's why I like to be in control of my own fucking shit, dude.
Yeah,
but that's why people don't invest in each other, because they be hoping and praying that the thing that happened to you don't happen. But what can you give a little give us a little insight, like what exactly happened? Like what happened? Like
What happened? So
how did
how they
you
do it? I'm trying to. I wish I could know the name of it so you guys could look it up and tell you what the definition is. But it's basically, let's say it's three of us, right?
okay.
We're both gonna donate $50. So now that's 150, right?
Okay.
So what we do is that every time somebody donates, like maybe they get double their money or something, depending on how much they had donated.
I know that part.
Because it's like it goes in a circle. It's like you're gifting. So that's how you get scammed, because it's gifting. It's not like once you cash out that person, that's it. You can't get it back because you didn't gift it them. So it just kind of goes in the circle. So it got so big to where it got out of control, to where they added another person in it to help control the finances. The person ran off with the money, supposedly. I ain't even heard from my client since then. She ain't never came back to get her hair done.
Yeah. Oh my
It was the whole thing. I say this to say that that's why, and I think that's why we are fun with trusting, because we all done got scammed some kind of.
I just got scammed yesterday. I just got scammed yesterday, kind of. People trying to tell me they can help me get my IG blue star, my blue check. People
They
trying
with that bullshit.
to tell me I could get more numbers. I'm like, but crazy. Yeah, but that's why people be hesitant to support each other, because of the fact that they don't want to get ripped off, and it's all races that do that. It's not just black people that steal money. I remember my boy Clef Dollar, shout out, rest in peace. He had got his deal with Atlantic Records, and his manager, got the check for his record deal through power of attorney, and took the whole 200 and some odd $70,000 and bounced. He never saw that dude again. And he was sick with it. Like, he never got over that. You know what I mean? That's too. And then
Yeah, and he still owe taxes on it.
and you still held liable you still have. I mean, can they cancel the check though? But not if he deposited in another country.
How about this? He went and cashed it out that same day.
Now, who breaking $270,000 cash though, or cashier's checks or
Banks
something?
like the banks that are crashing right now, business banks, Bank of California.
A bunch
Oh,
of banks, a
manager.
bunch
So
of banks do it. Yeah.
okay.
The banks downtown to do that. It's not like you walk in the Bank of America. But if you already got an account open, you just wire transfer the money and then wire it out and you out.
Or just like George Clinton on the intellectual property situation. He was on Drink Champs, and he was talking about how through paperwork, they stole his money, for a long time. He's trying to get all that back right now. It's publishing and copyright.
Look,
Copper One is thing.
man, he's a high ass motherfucker.
He
And
admitted
he's
that he said he was on dope and he wasn't paying attention like he should have. But when he stopped doing dope, you know what I'm saying? He was like, "Hey, for my money."
yeah, but he already made his hits and signed them shits over.
Some of them, come to find out. Well, he broke it down on the show. You got to watch. That's one of the best
Let
drink
me check it out.
that I've watched, and he was very informative. I knew it wasn't James Brown. They kept trying to make it like it was James Brown, man.
Where's CEO at? I thought he was coming in.
Yeah, he's trying to come in. It says he has to connect his mic. Here we go. He's got to connect his mic and camera before I can add him. Copper One, if you hear this, let me call him.
Sorry about
Tell
that.
me,
My phone
tell him to get rid
had
of his
heated
own
up
phone.
and it cut me off.
Nobody care.
Good. You've been building, Cobra. I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you. But oh yeah, let me show this crypto video right quick. Let me see. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. Just a couple minutes.
Can y'all hear me clearly?
Yeah, sound good.
Okay. Okay, we looking at
Sounds
the
like
video.
you got a mouthful of
Time
balls.
for if and butters, not the time for don't know where you stand, don't understand, don't. It's not the time.
All right.
Hi,
sir.
Saints. Welcome back to the channel.
Okay, I can.
Wake Up.
Come on now.
I want you
Here we go.
No.
Welcome to Sounds True 1.
Okay. We're gonna get us a few moments. If it's too boring, I'm not forcing myself to watch this.
Avery Dennison, Boeing, Chainlink Labs, which runs Chainlink and all of its oracles, okay? Denton, IBM, Google. Look at this LG, Ubisoft, Swirl, Standard Bank. This crypto right here is owned and governed by the world's leading organizations, and it is ISO 20022 compliant. Who's paying attention? You might want to screenshot this. Right. Now, how do all of these things work? They all work through Quant. Quant is the boss. It has an overledger system which operates like Apple's iOS, but this is iOS for the blockchain. I'm gonna say that again. This is like Apple's iOS system for the blockchain. Can you break it down for me a little bit more? Sure, I can. Here is Quant. Quant is a software, and their overledger operating system talks to all of these things. You cannot run your life today or your business without one of these being a part of it. That is 100% fact. You cannot run your life today or your business without running into one of these payment APIs. Google Pay, Apple Pay, Amazon Pay, PayPal, Stripe, Samsung, Walmart, Venmo, Swift. I'm gonna double tap that one again. Swift. This runs that. Blockchains, that means layer ones, layer twos, and even layer zeros like Polkadot. Who's paying attention? Constellation DAG is right here. Y'all don't even know what Constellation DAG is. Let me remind you. Look what it is right here. Look. Constellation DAG, proof of reputable observation. Y'all don't know what that means. I'm gonna break it down for you in layman's terms. Watch this. Pay attention. This one, by the way, because y'all like to read, like stuff like Perez Hilton and Bossip and Shade Room. I read stuff on NASDAQ, Fortune, and Forbes. Constellation Network to provide U.S. Air Force with blockchain security for data sharing. Oh my God. Anybody ever heard of the U.S. Air Force? They're using the Constellation DAG network to provide security for their data sharing, man. Are y'all, who's paying attention? Who's paying attention? This software right here talks to all of that stuff. It is the only, this right here, this is the only blockchain that has a relationship and a freaking contract with the US government. Constellation DAG, which is right here. Enterprise blockchain, banking APIs. I just explained to you how JP Morgan is moving into the metaverse. They already have a virtual bank in the metaverse. They're now filing a trademark patent for crypto wallets. This banking API and all of these talk to Quant. Quant talks to all of Internet of Things. That means the APIs for those of you trying to create new technology. Hey Siri, okay, all of that. Okay, Siri, and let Alexis do this and that. Those are all Internet of Things APIs. This controls and runs all of them. Wow. Who's paying attention? So everything is attached to Quant. Quant goes out here and talks to XDC. That means it talks to JP Morgan and Chase, TriFi. It talks to Algorand. It talks over here to Internet of Things. That means CBDCs. That means central bank digital currencies are coming, and this is going to be part of all of that with the Internet of Things. It talks to Constellation DAG, the only contract with the United States of America. It goes over here and it talks over here to Hedera Hashgraph, owned and governed by the world's leading organizations. And it's over here with IBM and Google and all of that. Talks to Stellar Lumens, who has a deal with MoneyGram, already moving money worldwide. The Hyperledger system and the Interledger system with Ripple and its technology with XRP. Who's paying attention, man? Y'all tripping.
All right. So how many of you all knew of a company called Quant, which is, as you saw in the video, the parent company for all of these happenstance that we're seeing?
All right.
Yeah.
What up, Copper One? No, I've never
Hey,
heard.
what's up?
I ain't never heard of that.
What's up, everybody?
What up?
Not much.
Hey, what's up,
Chilling.
Copper One?
Hey, what's up? Who's that?
That's Cobra Red.
Over Red in the bit.
Hey, what's up,
Hey,
Cobra Red?
speaking of AI, I know that because you know my brain. If I don't get it out, I'm gonna forget. But are y'all using Chat GPT yet?
What's that?
Nuh-uh.
Man, it is when I tell you,
Oh, my
look
son.
it
Wait,
up.
Cobra. My son just came in here and said it's an open AI.
Man, when I tell you that shit has changed my life, like it's literally your own personal robot. On the because you can ask me, and you I need you to write a report. Like you can literally say, I need you to write a report on chemical warfare. Act like a blog, and it'll really act like a blog and write the whole shit for you. It can write books for you. It can do
Oh
all kind
yeah,
of stuff.
he helped me write 5
Hold up.
synopses.
Yeah.
Hold up.
I wrote 5
My
scripts.
wife gave me a rap done by CI, the AI. Literally,
What?
a rap.
Said
The
like a
computer
rap.
wrote a rap about pain.
A
I'm
rap?
telling you, that Chat GPT ain't no joke, dude. Like I
Hey,
literally feel
look,
like on my
and wait, hold
website,
up. It's a
literally,
dope ass rap.
They
Oh,
taking
hold
over,
on.
man. They taking over.
you can ask it to you know type in the just type out. You can ask it like if you're trying to start
I think that's your phone, Cobra.
No, that's me.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
echo.
Time going to her Obama phone.
that wasn't my phone.
Obama too.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh yeah, I
Remember
can
when
hear you.
Sports Illustrated used to give you a free
Okay.
phone?
All right. No, it's because I switched from phone to car. I'm gonna get in
Yeah,
the
that's
car.
the
I gotta
first time I
pick
ever
up
heard
my
that
kids.
though. Yeah. Man, y'all been on for 30 minutes, huh?
Hey, I just been in the kitchen making me some salmon.
Making some what? Some muffins.
Nigga.
But look, Copper One, have you
Roasted
heard of Quarto and
potatoes,
all that?
Ooh.
roasted broccoli,
Oh, go ahead now. Go ahead. Ooh, that look good. Damn.
the garlic bread,
Garlic bread? Oh shit. Stop it.
and the coup de grace de salmon.
Oh, dang. Slabs.
Yes, sir.
I see you, man. I see you.
Got to work these issues out, baby.
I see you, bro. That look good.
Just try to show these young cats. Listen,
Where your apron at? Where your apron?
it's right here.
Oh, be damn. Okay. Hey, no said, bro. That's you certified. You certified.
I'm done with you, man. I'm
Oh yeah,
about
I
to
know.
log out after that one.
Hey man, you know that's a TV dinner, bro.
Okay,
No,
hold on.
Mario can get down. I've had his food before.
That's
Oh
the
Where's
air
really?
that?
fryer right there,
Hey,
buddy.
was you drunk? Was you drunk when you had this food?
Nah.
Hey, just some shit. Hey,
I'm
listen,
playing, man.
Bachelor, don't be a hater. You need to be
I-
asking, for the recipe.
oh, I know, right?
Over here. So the wolf tickets, partner.
Right.
Get you one of these air fryers, man. Throw you some
Okay,
see
wait. So before you came, Copper, we had showed a little bit of that Buddhism thing. Did you? So where did you get that? What made you pick that? Interesting.
What Buddhism? What Buddhism thing?
It's about the predictions from the Buddhist books or the Buddhist people.
Oh, the prophecies?
Yeah. I watched some of it. I skimmed through it. Maybe you can explain a little more.
Oh, okay. So did you go through all of them?
Now her ADD
Because the
kicked
thing
in.
about the thing about the seven sons, though, because I learned as a grown teacher that we actually have 10 sons in our world, in our universe, or whatever you want to
Uh-huh.
call it. We have
right.
10 of them,
He's telling you about an
but
actual
we only get
prophecy.
taught about the one. But
Seven
some
angels,
people
the
do
seven
the other
kings.
10.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they have that prophecy where it's the seven sons where the earth would cleanse itself. During a certain time of the age, the end of an age. You know what I'm saying? Some people, I guess some people call it Kali Yuga type thing. But yeah, I mean, it can. I mean, I look at it like it can literally mean like the chakras, you know, because you got the 7 chakras. But I know those are not suns like that. But the Earth itself, it has like these or the universe has chakras, a chakra system as well. So, or we're supposed to be inside of a body, you know, the body of a creator. You know what I'm saying? And when that creator come online, or the chakras are online, then those suns come online. You know what I'm saying? So
The Matrix, they call that the Matrix, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly,
Because it means
exactly.
mother. Matrix means mother, and it's just like the womb.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What do you mean by chakras, though? Can you explain that?
It's 7, right?
Energy, you know, like energy centers, uh, within your body. You know what I'm saying? Like the vortexes within your body.
Yeah, but you said in the universe, so I thought you might want to explain that to people who may not understand what you
Oh,
mean.
okay. Like, you know, like there's supposed to be more than one sun, like you said earlier. And you know, you got the central suns, you got a whole bunch of suns, just like so-called, you have allegedly, you know, you have moons, many moons and stuff like that. So the suns, they were one time, they evolved from something into what they are now. And the earth itself, you know what I'm saying? Who's to say that the earth is not going to evolve to something else, into something, into like a sun one day? Who knows? But you know what I'm saying? Like these planets, they go through like certain degrees, you know what I'm saying? Certain degrees. They were at one time, they evolved to what they are now. So like we all evolving into something, you know, through these certain hierarchies, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if
Speaking
that
of
makes any
evolving,
sense.
that was dope. Speaking of evolving, had you guys heard about this theory that the moon is not a solid thing, that it's actually made of jelly or mush of some sort, material?
I think it's made of
Had you ever?
chocolate.
I remember when we were kids, they used to always try to make it like it was cheese, but at any rate, and the cow jumped over the moon. Did anybody ever figure out what that really meant?
No. What is it?
No, not
I
no.
don't know, but the cow was always very symbolic in religion. You know what I mean? So I
Right.
know they don't just put them things in songs for no reason. So I
Huh.
wanted to investigate, and I will maybe later at some other point, to see if that was some kind of stellar, you know, design. You know what I mean? Like maybe it was a cow shape of the planet, the stars, or something, or something deeper.
Right, right.
I don't know.
Hey, did you see the video with Yakub, the one I sent you?
I didn't play that one yet. I was waiting for you because I
Oh,
wanted you
okay.
to be able to talk about that. Talk about
Yes,
that for a second. What is that?
okay. You know, the Nation of Islam, they have that story about Yakub, right? Um, he's the one that,
I'm clear, but I'm saying some people may not know.
well, I'm pretty sure a lot of people heard of it. And Yakub was this so-called scientist or whatnot that the Nation of Islam speak of, that had this big old head, and his brain capacity was so much. He had like both of his hemispheres were on, you know what I'm saying? They were online. And so he created this he used magnetism to create, or he saw the polarities of the magnets, how you know how you stick a magnet together and they kind of like they can push against each other, the magnetism on one side, the positive and the negative. So what he did was he figured out a way to create different races from the magnetism or the polarities.
That
Yeah.
has something. Didn't he like? What are the people called when they like?
You sound kind of far away, Cobra. You
Like
sound kind of far.
like.
Okay, okay. You were
Thanks,
sounding
Jack.
closer. Now you sound far away again,
Hear
Cobra.
me now?
I'm not supposed to use this.
You sound far away.
I don't know what's happening.
But we can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
Can you
sorry.
hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm on. Much.
It sounds like you got a mouthful of balls.
Oh my God.
We can
So
hear
go
you.
ahead, Cobra. Go
I
ahead,
can.
babe.
Can you hear me now?
You sound good. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, from my understanding, he basically created the white man or something, like experimenting and is that what you're talking about? The
Yeah.
Yaku dude?
I've heard that
Yeah.
story before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Right.
created
Like he would
mankind.
take not what are they called? You know, they had no pigment in their skin, they real light. Um what are they called? And mix
Uh,
them together.
Albinos.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't he like experiment? Like basically, he was like,
so
shut up, that's probably go. Why you
I don't
laughing?
know. I was laughing because I was thinking Aborigine, but
Me
that's not
too,
right.
and that's why I said I was getting ready to say Aborigine because it's
Me
like the same type
too.
of way
Right.
to say it. Right.
Right. Me too.
Well,
It ain't
well,
Aborigine.
with the well, yeah, yeah. I mean, he created supposedly. This is my opinion, right? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, created humanoids, and he created so-called spliced animal humanoids. No, you know how you see like Anubis, the dog-headed deity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know too deep, and I just
I
knew
don't.
that like
Yeah.
they was he kind of like created the white
Yeah, he
man or
was.
right.
Right. But
Yeah, yeah.
not Anubis.
So,
That was a symbolic story. I thought based off the pyramids.
well, well, I'm gonna tell you like this. So if you want to know who the if you want to know who the coon, the head coon of all coons, this would be the head coon, like the head honcho of all the coons, because he spliced all these different types of he did experiments, and he was an elite.
Wait. You
He,
said coons, like a coon, Coon.
like yeah, like a sellout. He was the biggest sellout ever.
Okay. That was okay.
Yeah, he was the biggest sellout ever. He's the one that created like all the things we're going through today. He's pretty much responsible for a lot of this stuff because he created was a duality of like what you see today, the different polarities of different races of people and the hatred, and I ain't gonna say the hatred part. I'm not gonna say that, but
I
positive
don't
and negative
I
duality.
agree with that. I don't agree with that
Yeah, I don't either. Sorry.
because you gotta think about like where you are, like that continent. Like, okay, if you grew up in where it's really hot and the sun's even like your skin is, of course, gonna be darker, or like I think it has something to do with like the environment and
People like to fuck. That's it. Like people like to fuck different types of people.
yeah.
So when we do a whole global, like a realistic global thing, you'll notice that, like, let's say around China, okay, the further south you get, the darker the Asian, right? And then the more west you go, they look like the Armenians, the Kazakhstians and thems, right? And then you go a little further down, and then boom, there's India, right? And then right there is right in the middle of that is these pale ass white people. For I don't know what reason, they this little group of people was really pale, and they like to fight
What was in
people.
the mountains and
Okay.
near the snow, like near the snow and all that, or
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
in the
that,
Well,
snow
the
where
mountains
it's
and stuff. That was
colder,
cold.
the climate, the
Hundred.
well,
climate.
see, y'all looking at it like color wise. I'm talking like bloodline wise.
Well,
There's
we're all
different types
mixed
of bloodlines.
bloodlines at this point, so that's a
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a
but when you get the when you see
It's
they what
really
they
pretty.
did was they jotted it down in the Bible as a tower of like they kept a record in the Bible, the Tower of Babel, and all that stuff. And it was
yeah.
most likely it was encoded. Tower of Babel, they say languages, many languages, but it could have been different bloodlines, different something else besides
Yeah.
languages. It could
Do
have
we
been
call them tribes? We call them tribes, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Where
But
are we
see,
going with this
like
conversation? Where are we going? I'm just trying to figure out where we're
because
headed with this
Yeah, me
conversation.
too. I didn't
because
understand.
like I
How does
said,
this
you
relate
gotta
to?
actually
How does this relate to? What are we
The
relating it to?
banks collapsing and what's going
because
on.
this is what they hide from you. They hide they like when you like in other words, when the Nation of Islam spoke of this, they spoke of it, but they didn't actually like tell you where this happened, the experiments happened at, and
Bro,
where.
that was a myth. That was a mythical tale. Do you know that? That was
But
just a tale.
myths,
Yeah, that's a myth,
see,
bro.
that's what they do. They hide it inside the myths. They hide inside the myths. You
That's
also
true.
have you see the myths. Okay, let's just put it like this. In order to have a myth, you have to have some truth to that myth.
It's not a
Because
literal tale. It's just it's a fairy tale kind of like.
yeah, just like okay, I'll give you an example. Just like the giant in the tree. What's that story called? The giant in the tree?
Oh,
With the
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Jack and the Beanstalk. Okay, at one time there were supposedly giants on the earth at one time.
The
And they were
Nephilim. Talking about the Nephilim.
yes, Nephilim, whatever you want to call them, they were giant trees in Americas before they cut them down. Now they got that story from
Right.
they got that story from Jack and the Beanstalk. Or they made a story from Jack and the Beanstalk from those giant trees that we had in America, the ancient trees, the giant trees that touched the skies.
Yeah.
When the Europeans came over here, that if you look at the old pictures, they cut all these giant trees down.
Yeah, you could totally see that when you drive from like Las Vegas to LA and vice versa. You could see where they cut
Right,
the trees, the big
right.
giant trees. Yeah. What
Yeah,
does
y'all
that
still
have to
have them.
do
Y'all still have them in
What does all
California. Y'all
this
still
have
have
to do
some.
with the? What
with
does
the
all this have
banking
to do
system,
with the
with the
finances?
bank, right? Like where we're going to the future, bro. Like those fairy tales are cool. People are kind of leaving religion at this point. Like a lot of religions are like a wrap. Like people are expanding beyond just these fairy tales because the reality is we have to figure shit out daily and the shit's getting more oppressive by the day. So it's good to know that the universe is expanding and that there's 10 suns and 7 angels and everything's expanding. But we need to know how we're gonna get to like they're gonna make everything on your palm. What are we gonna do, y'all? Are y'all gonna get that shit? Y'all gonna put that chip in your palm like
That's
that?
why I
Did y'all
didn't.
see?
Well, I'm not gonna go into
Did
No.
y'all see? Okay, did y'all
the
see that
C word.
commercial for Amazon One? It's on my page. If y'all go to my Instagram, there's a commercial. It's called Amazon One, and it's like you put the chip in your palm, and then you just scan your palm on shit. Like it's beyond credit cards. Are
Oh
y'all
yeah,
gonna get that shit?
yeah.
Now I'm talking to the
Hell
audience.
no.
Y'all don't have to answer. But if everything is crypto and everything is electronic and everything is through these systems, and they say the only way you can pay for shit is through that shit, and the only way you can get that shit is through the
Like
chip in
if
your hand,
you don't,
what you
like
gonna do?
Mario was saying before, if you don't have like like a trade or something that's gonna be, if you're not into like computers or something to do with digital, the whole digital age, you're just gonna be so out of the loop, man. And I don't even know why the schools, why they still don't even have, only private schools be having like robotic classes and stuff that's pertaining to the future. You know
That's
what I mean?
exactly
Like
right.
even
You're
the
right.
traditional schools, like the traditional schools are so behind that the kids, they know more than the teacher because they're
And
dealing with reality of what's going on now.
correct. And they're very disrespectful. It's
You
very
know, you
difficult.
don't
I mean,
have to be
time is
you
money
don't
at
have to be
times.
a college graduate to make money. You got influencers, you have people that have their own what is it called? I was just looking at this whole documentary on Pornhub, like how Pornhub put the whole porn industry, like they took over the porn industry.
They sure
You know what
did.
I'm saying? Pornhub, that's streaming, like how Napster took over the music streaming, all that, like how Pornhub, like they killed the game.
Yeah,
You
people
know
like
what I'm saying?
watching
Like how
people have
Netflix
sex.
still blockbuster.
Okay. Okay. So Tamiko, I sent you a link right now on your email. Can you pull it up? I'm gonna show y'all something.
I cannot pull it up at this moment. I'm picking my kid up. When I get back to the house, I'm gonna do it. I'll do it when I
Oh, you
get
can't pull
back
it
to the
up.
house in about 10 minutes. I will.
Okay. Well, if you want me to, I can just tell you what it is. If you want me to.
We can still watch it, but like, tell us anyway. Go ahead.
Okay.
Give me
So
number one.
if you look up in 1920s, right? In the 1920s and 1910s, they had robots back then. They had a robot boxing with Jack Johnson, the boxer. He was literally boxing with a robot.
Correct.
And then, yeah, they had robots, and they had stories about robots in the 1920s killing killing their inventors
Okay.
in the 1920s. And if you look up 1920s, 1910, you're gonna see these robots that they're already dealing with robots already. And then the robots, they look like Futurama. You know that cartoon Futurama?
Yeah.
He's an old school robot. He's a robot from the past. So all the robots they showing you now, those are just those are just robots that they already those are just like fake ones. They already got them on the ground, ready to already built up. They just been waiting for the time.
Everything is digital. It's like it's everything is so advanced, and that's why I was saying as a people, like even how you gotta raise your kids now, like it's just so everything is advanced to a point. It's like you have to show and teach them things that's going on, but what's gonna help them like in the future, like I was saying, getting in computer engineering or getting into like all that whole thing, or of course. I mean, in a minute, even doctors, everybody gonna be out of business. The way how they using technology, like it's just at a fast rate. Like when I think back to like the 80s, like even just how the TVs were made, and like now our TVs is on our phone, and like that was all on the Jetsons. Like the Jetsons is now. That shit is crazy. I'll just be tripping off of that.
You know why? You know why though? It's because the technology has always been around. It's not new. It's always been around. So they what they've been doing is they've been studying us, studying our emotions, studying everything about us,
Do
so
y'all
they can
believe?
replace us. Huh?
Y'all believe in aliens?
Yeah, we talked about that last time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of
Well,
course.
I'm not gonna bring that up because y'all already
But
talked about it. But
no, because but if you look at the word like alien or aliens, you look at the word aliens, you got a lie in it, a lie. So the true aliens is us. We the extraterrestrials.
Tommy, go a question. This is what we were talking about in the shop today. I was saying, when you fly over Vegas, you can't. They don't have like you can't fly. It's like a no fly zone at a certain time. Like you can't fly over Vegas. If you notice, like me flying from LA to Vegas, right? Like I think the latest flight be like 7 p.m. or something like that. Like you can't. They don't have like a it's a reason for that, and I just want to know what the reason. I tried to look it up, but I was getting nowhere with that.
You should have watched the last video. 'Cause when Tamiko showed the map of the moon and how the map is a reflection of the Earth, and on the Earth landmass, there's a landmass called Terra de Vista.
Oh
Terra
my
de
God,
Vista.
we gotta show that again. I was just telling these other ladies about that yesterday, and that's why I was saying that some people think the moon is not a solid. They say it's like a jelly like
Yeah,
material.
plasma.
That's the
It's
word, plasma. Yeah, that's the same word they were saying.
plasma. It's plasma based. Cause all they gotta do, they can fuck this land up right here. All they want to. All they gotta do is go into the other side to the other lands over there. They got the dumbs underground bunkers, but the dumbs, those are just
So
decoys.
why
But
can't
wait
you
a minute,
fly over
Copper.
Vegas?
Wait a minute, Copper. But when I had mentioned that, then we looked at a picture of the Earth from outer space, and it did not show those land masses that you were talking about. So where did you get that info?
No, the land masses are there. It's a reflection of the moon.
Oh, okay. I want to watch that again. I want you to show us that again when I get to the crib.
Yeah, it's a reflection of the moon because you see the moon, right? You look at the moon on full moon night. You see the moon it had like the bunny rabbit ears, or it had like you can see little islands on the moon. That's the landmass that's reflecting off the Earth. It's showing all the land masses. America, you got Asia, Africa, you got
Australia, all of
all of
it.
that. You can see it. And then on the other side, you see all the land mass, Terra de Vista, the land mass. All that land mass over there, they over there. No telling who's over there, what's over there. It can be another one of
Why
us. We could
y'all
be
can't fly
cloned.
over Vegas? Why can't we fly over Vegas at a certain time at night and stuff? Like, why is that?
Oh,
It's like
well, I
no
think that
fly
could.
zone.
Yeah, I think that's what from what I learned. They have the satellites actually have they move around and they be just up in the space, man, at certain points, and they can't have airplanes, I guess, messing with the electromagnetic whatever about the satellite. That's deep.
Hey, you know what else too? They at certain times they have these portals that open up. They have portals that open up at night. I'm not saying it's true, but this is my opinion. They have
We need facts. We need facts.
no, because think about it like this. Think about it like this. When you have okay, this urge right here, we only see a little small percentage. We only see 2% of the 99%. And with your naked eyes, you won't be able to see it. But with a camera or something, camera can see a lot of stuff that our eyes can't see. So they know what zones to fly in and what zones to fly out. You know, the triangular pyramidal, what do you want to call them? Portals.
How did
There's
we get
portals all around.
into this?
Yeah, yeah.
How do we get into this conversation when the subject
I
matter
know.
is
He be he,
space travel?
well.
Lake, Lake
What we
Erie, you ever heard
noticed
about?
that.
Uh huh.
Go ahead. What
You
we
ever heard of?
learned, wait,
Go
wait,
ahead.
Copper, please. Cobra Red. What we learned is that quite a lot of people actually like talking about this stuff. So yeah, they like talking about the esoteric and how it connects to the banking systems. They're
That's
not
what I
that
want to
far
know.
apart.
That's what I want to know is how does that?
So
That's what I'm trying to get to.
okay, so look, now I'm only putting pieces, my additional pieces to the puzzle. But if you can connect the fact that they are getting these actual minerals out of the ground in Africa that make iPhones, Xboxes, and flat TVs work, what is that connection? You know what I mean? How is that connection? Like, and they have more people digging out even more minerals, just little rocks, pebbles, and shit coming out the fucking water, out the dirt, making these things that are in the future slash present work. And how is that going to connect to the metaverse? Because in the metaverse, that's all about a virtual reality, right? That's connected to our mind. So how is that going to, what if that shit cuts off? Then what happens?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, these pebbles stop working. What happens to all your shit? Do we get back to the caveman days? Suppose it? What happens with that? Anybody in the audience want to join
Dang,
in and talk about that? What's
I
the
missed it.
connection?
I
Why
missed
do
it.
these
Dang,
pebbles?
I had a
I-
call that came through.
Why
Oh
do these
well.
pebbles work? Who figured that out? Just like airplanes, how do thousands of pounds fly in the air? You ever wonder about that?
Yep.
You know, because for many, many years they was trying to get things to fly in the air, right? Ever since back in the day. And then all of a sudden they were able to put a 80,000 pound airplane and fly it in the sky.
Right.
Pretty amazing.
Right.
So, but what about that chip? What about that mineral that goes back into our hand, goes into our body? How do you think that's going to affect our bodies? Copper
It's
One,
going to affect us.
Cobra,
Huh?
do you have any ideas? I
About the
said,
chip?
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Of course.
if you get to a point where you got to do that, or they scan your eyes or your wrist or whatever,
Yeah, because he already
how
got
do you
Face
think that's going to
ID.
affect our?
Uh,
How do you think that's going to affect our bodies? Any
shit. But
thoughts?
Well,
the way the
fir-
cancer rate is going, I don't know.
first of all, I'm not getting the shit. I'm
Cancer
not
is
getting the
at an
shit.
all-time high right now, and I think it has a
I
lot.
would never.
You need to play the video I sent you though. The video I sent you when you
Hearing it.
as soon as you make it home, because he's gonna break it down.
What's it going to break down?
You got to watch the video because he's breaking down so much. He's letting you know what is already here, what they did during the pandemic, facial recognition. He's
Allegedly.
breaking down. He's breaking down all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he's breaking down all that stuff.
Well, I know when I got on Frontier or whatever that other bootleg airline, they scanned my eyes. Like they were like, if you don't allow us to scan your eye, like they made us go through the like underground part of the airport or some shit. And they was like, I had a big ass sign that said, if you don't allow us to scan your eyes, you can't get on this plane this way, and you're gonna have to go all the way back up and catch the train back to the other part of the airport. I was like, well, clearly nobody wanted to do that, so we all got duped into getting our eyes scanned to get on the
Hey,
plane.
you notice everything shaped like a square. Everything shaped like a square. When you take a picture, shaped like a square. You know, It's trapping
No,
your energy. It's trapping your energy.
no. Give me some examples of what's getting trapped in squares.
What's that?
What's some examples? What are
The
some
cube.
examples?
The cube. Like the cube. Like
What
it's
in
for.
society is trapped in? Okay,
I
so
can't. I can't.
what are being trapped into cubes in
Energy.
society?
Energy.
From where? Who? Can you give me
Your
some
energy.
practical
Our energy.
energy examples?
When you take a picture, the energy is being trapped inside a cube. You know, they call it just a cube, like a Saturn. Just a cube. It's a vibration of frequency. It's being trapped in a cube because everything is like a square. You know what I'm saying? You notice everything's a square. Everything that you see pretty much is like almost
No,
like a square.
no, I haven't noticed. That's what I'm saying. Where would we notice? It's not something noticeable if it's energy, is it?
It's noticeable, but like your mattress is shaped like a what is like a rectangle or square. Like nothing's shaped like a circle. Nothing's really
Uh,
shaped like a circle.
okay,
Um,
that's geometry.
yeah. So the square is
Some things are
it's,
shaped
it's
like
dealing with
light
four.
bulbs and lights and
It's dealing with four. Number four is dealing with because when you look at stuff, you kind of gotta look at it like in a symbolic type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like no numerals, numbers, symbols, signs.
mhm.
Just you kind of gotta look at it like that. You know. Um, I'll give you an example. Like I'll give you an example. You know how some people don't like to take pictures. They say like when a person take a picture, they feel that their spirit is being trapped inside that picture. You know, there's like an old folklore that energy is trapped when you take a picture of yourself. And I think with the facial recognition, it's just like that energy is being trapped, and they're going to use. Of course, they're using it to build, you know, or add the data to their robots. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. They just replacing us with all that stuff, the information with the facial recognition, just the information that we use every day. Just by looking at our phones, just by looking at the phone. So, are you
Well,
there?
thank you for that. Yeah, I'm transitioning from the car back
Because
into the
look,
car.
when you think about a mattress, right? You break the word mattress down when you sleep. It's matrix, and then in the mattress there's springs, there's coils, and you have chakras in your body, the energy centers. So when you lay down, it's like playing Connect Four. You know what I'm saying? So what the mattress is doing, it's pretty much sucking the energy out your chakras. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like a experiment. You could say experiment.
Who left my door open? Oh my God. Hold on.
When you look at Hellraiser, the movie Hellraiser,
Okay, I'm back.
when you look at the movie Hellraiser, what are you holding
Yeah.
up? He holding up a cube.
No,
He
I
holding up a
really didn't
cube.
get into Hellraiser.
Yeah, no, me neither. That's good.
No, let me get that video though. Hold on.
But yeah, he
Wait.
holding up a cube in his hand, and it's showing you the four corners of the earth. You know what I'm saying? And the earth is said to look like uh, a cube, but it said not to even really be there. The earth said to not even be be
Okay, I can't get with
present
all these
at
theories,
all.
bro. You
No, I'm just
taking me
saying. I'm
way,
just saying.
way to the left.
Yeah, I
Way to
know.
the left. To
I
the left.
know.
To the left.
I
No,
know.
Earth ain't no square.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying it's a square, but I'm saying that you draw a circle.